We're live. All right, let's see. Let me get this link. Post it in a sec. Relax. Don't do it. Maybe you want to go to it. Big Goblet. Hey, can you guys hear us? If you can, put a yes in the comments below. We're not using headphones, so if we need to use headphones, we will. But for right now, I don't think we want to shut that door just in case. Yeah. We can turn the lights off, get a little blow glow sticks in here, get it real cool in here. Let's see here. Hey, if you guys can hear us, put yes or no in the chat below. Oh boy. Off to a great start. Off the grid. Type out every answer. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me post this link. I'm a noob. Does that mean there's 46 people already watching? Yeah. 47 people. But nobody can hear anything. Emoji. Yeah. Let's do this one. Super chat. All right, I'm gonna try one more time. Can you guys hear us? If you guys can hear us, put something down below. If not, I'll put headphones in. Hey, can you guys hear us? Just a simple yes or no in the chat would be amazing. Okay, I don't know. Trying to think here. Nobody even responded to you. Yeah. Hey guys, I'm gonna end this and restart this. Since you guys looks like you guys can't hear us at all. Oh, okay, never mind. I was in the wrong. Sorry, guys. I was clear. Hey. I had to change to something different. Now I can hear it. Okay, I'm gonna take the headphones out. Do you guys like the with the headphones or without the headphones? What do we got? With or without? Without. What a troll. Again, okay. I'm sorry, guys. I had the drop down. I had it for talk chat, not live chat, so I didn't see a single message. So yeah, I guess I was trolling you guys. All right. So hey, real quickly, the purpose of what we're doing is this is Andrew Kiekler. Heyo. He's been with me for many years. And so he's kind of the brains behind the operation. So I figured we would do a real quick live Q&A and answer a lot of outstanding questions, whether it's on Instagram or on YouTube. And so we're going to go through. We wrote down, Andrew's got 2 pages full of questions that we're going to go through. Some better than others. Some are stupid, but we're going to answer them. And we're going to go through them a little more. Talks after. Okay. We're going to go through them a little more. If you guys do have questions and they are not directly responded to or brought up in the papers, just feel free to put them in the chat, and I'll get to them if I can. Of course, yeah, so that's pretty much it. So we're going to go through these. So, and George, kick us off.
Let's just start with basis. What are we offering? What 2 programs are you guys looking at here? So that was probably the biggest question is, what's the difference between the full and the half? This program is designed by me for Jacob. So we're, coming together and looking at how can I improve his weakness? How can I be more efficient in his strengths? And then obviously just, continuing on the goals that he has to or wants to accomplish. So when we write out, or when I write out his full programming, when you guys look at and buy the full, that's what you get. When you do the half, what you'll get is basically the most important stuff as far as it's the Metcon that we do in the morning that I have for Jacob in the morning. His main lift for the day, as far as power output lift, as far as Olympic lifting, stuff like that. His main strength work, and a little bit of accessory, which might include some gymnastic stuff, might include some monostructural stuff. That's the half section of it. And then the full is the extra stuff that you guys kind of see on Instagram a little bit more too, that he posts about and things like that. So it's the full version of it. So you do have options for 2 of the 2 programs, half, full. So don't feel like you're, handicapped by the full if you don't have time for that. And we took that into consideration. A lot of you guys don't have 3+ hours a day. You got a real job, you got family, kids, whatever. I'm there too. I got a kid, so I understand it completely. So a lot of you guys don't have that kind of times, but you can still get a great amount of stuff done in 90 minutes to 2 hours or whatever that is for you for that day.
So one of the questions we had was timing. So let's say that I only want to do half. What am I looking at for the amount of time required to finish like half? Like is it in one session? Like what does it look like?
That's going to look like one session. I honestly think you can get the half done in 90 minutes if you're pretty efficient with your time. Get in, get your warm up on, get moving. Some of you guys might even be able to do less than that. Some of you guys might be able to get in an hour and 15, maybe an hour if you really push it. But that's just going to depend on, how fast you move essentially through some of the stuff. So yeah, about 90 minutes would be something I would plan for the half. And then obviously 2 sessions would be for the full.
Okay.
Another good question. So, will there be substitutions for people that work out at home, don't have equipment?
Like a belt squat machine,
heavy kettlebells, stuff like that. Yes, I will do my very, very best to make sure that you guys are taken care of substitution-wise. We can use the social media platform for questions on the fly. If you guys are like, hey, I don't have a belt squat machine. What do you think I should do, Andrew or Jake? What's a great sub? And then we'll put in Russian mark with some band work, or what. We'll kind of play with you guys, help you guys out with what you have available at home. I know a lot of you guys are doing some of this stuff at home in your garage. You might not have, one heavy kettlebell, so we'll go double light bells, or we'll go double dumbbells, or we'll figure something out to at least get the stimulus that I'm trying to get across to you guys. And I think that we can do that for sure. So for sure, I'm going to try to do my best to do it on the screen or on the workout that you guys get. Anything that I miss, we'll just tackle through Instagram and social media.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes down to it, you can't really we can't really assume that everyone has everything. Like, you might not even have 53-pound kettlebells. So he can't substitute for everything. So like, if for instance, hypothetically, you can't do a pull-up that day, he can't substitute that out. That's going to be up to you to kind of figure out the same stimulus. Yeah. But we can, and he will be doing substitutions for really large things that we know are going to be an issue. For instance, no one has a belt squat machine. For instance, probably not many of you own a 176-pound kettlebell. And that's fine. I'm not saying go out and buy it. Now, if you have a birthday coming up, definitely look into it. But if you don't go out and buy one. We will have substitutes for those large issues. But some of the smaller ones, like my chest hurts, I can't do push-ups, we're not going to substitute that out. That's going to be up to you.
Yeah.
So, okay. Next question. What do you got?
First of all, you look hungry. I'm just saying.
I am.
Let's see here. Rest days. We're gonna keep the same rest days that he's always been on. I haven't changed anything like that for him. Obviously, barring he's got something in his life, and there's holidays like this week. We took Tuesday off, and we took Friday off because his wife's birthday and Christmas. So like that was a different style week. But for the most part, we're gonna keep Thursdays and Sundays as our rest days. I do not program active recovery for Jake. He does enough during the week that he really rests, like legitimately rests. So it would be on you guys. I've had that question asked in our Instagram plenty of times. Will I program active recovery days? No. If you want to go row 5K on your active recovery day, more power to you. That will not be programmed in there for you guys at all. So that's on you if you want to swim, whatever.
Sure, swim, bike, whatever you want to do. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't do it on my rest days, but if you want to do it, it's your own prerogative.
Yeah. And I think that's important. Like, this is what he's doing. So, like, I think it's real. It's real. Like, you guys get to see the real side of it. Like, I don't think he's finished one of my workouts in 2 weeks. So, but you guys get to see the real side of it and get to partake in it. The other question that came up a lot is, will Jacob's like notes be on some of these things? Absolutely. I think it's important. I think it's part of the nostalgia, the realness of you guys getting to basically train alongside him, essentially from wherever you are. I think that's kind of cool. He'll put his times down. He'll put his reps, his weights. You know, sometimes he follows my actual program, and sometimes he ad libs. So we won't get into that. But yeah, and he'll put notes down. So like, I think that's cool as far as the fact like, hey, you have an opportunity to go beat his score because he pretty much said like, hey, this worked out or this didn't work out. Great example. We did a workout a while back with a lot of heavy power snatches, or not heavy power, high volume power snatches. And if you went touch and go, you realized really quick that it was wrong, and singles were the better way to do it. You could probably beat a score by doing something similar or different than that. So it's a great example there. I don't know if you want to touch anything on that.
No, that's pretty much it. Like, I'll be presenting for every day. Andrew's going to have a portion of what's the focus of the day, or maybe the focus of the week. What's the purpose of the day? I think you'll quickly realize that I don't do as many metabolic conditioning pieces as you might so assume, because we're in the season right now where we're trying to get strong. And then, of course, we will change that with getting closer to the Open, because in years past, you know, you can kind of get to the Open, survive the Open to make it to regionals was the goal. Well, now the Open is actually important in order to make it to the games. So the focus will be a little bit on the Open. So, of course, you'll see a little bit of change there probably. But I will be putting all my notes in there, detailing how did I break this up? What are my thoughts on how I broke it up? Could I have done better had I broken it up differently, like an after-action report, which I've started already doing on a lot of YouTube videos anyways. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So
beat Jacob's score, get a month free.
you probably would get multiple months for free, because you guys would all probably beat. You'd be like, man, this sucks.
This actually, the question came up, and this is actually one of the questions I saw. Is this a way to train like Jacob or begin CrossFit? And one of the questions I got on the Instagram was, is this good for beginners? Sure. Like, I mean, the problem that came up was like, well, what if I can't do some of the stuff because I just started, whatever. You know, that's the beauty of what we're doing. It's all scalable. It's all, you know, tailored to where you're at. I call it a fitness journey, but like it doesn't even need to be CrossFit journey, but like in your journey of what you're trying to do, you're getting a great mix of strength, conditioning, you know, movement prep, things like that, where it is good for beginners. So like it's wherever you're at is where you're at, and that's fine.
So quickly discuss like some of these workouts we've done, like we've made the joke about I haven't finished them. Like, so,
and I was joking about 2 weeks. It's probably just like 1 week.
So I haven't finished some of these. So let's talk quickly about like scaling options. Like, I get a lot of questions dealing with like, hey, I'm not as fit as Jacob, which is fine. Is this an option for me? Is there going to be scaling opportunities? So on.
Sure. So like, here, I just watched his video so I can analyze a little bit better. You guys probably saw it on his vlog. I wrote a workout, 4 rounds, wall balls, push-ups, pegboards with a weight vest, and I gave a pretty ridiculous time cap on it.
Wasn't gonna happen.
And that, you guys got to realize, was specific to him and where he is at right now and how I can make him better, and it's very specific. So you guys looking at that workout, you guys might not have a 12-minute time cap. That's okay. I might make it a little bit more aggressive, which I could put on the sheet. You guys are more than welcome to always say, hey, I'm just going to finish the workout however long it takes. Excuse me. You might need to back down the reps. So for him, during the vlog, he actually talks beforehand what he thinks is his expectations per movement. And he's usually right on par with what my expectations are for him for that movement. So him knowing that he can do 25 wall balls in a minute, you know you cannot do 25 wall balls in a minute, but what is realistic for you? Maybe it's 15 wall balls in a minute. So that is your new number. Just like 20 push-ups in a minute might be unrealistic. So 10 push-ups might be your in a minute.
So will you be presenting, so will you change the like the time? Will you add more time and also maybe lower the reps? So let's say like, okay, RX is what Jacob did. So
right.
He did this workout and you gave a time cap. Right. So for instance, this afternoon, what I did not finish, we did a 10-minute time cap. We had 30 devil presses for time at 85-pound dumbbells, 2 of them, of course. And then on the minute, we had 30 double unders. And you said, hey, Jake, you got a 10-minute time cap. Now, I did not finish in the 10-minute time cap. So let's talk about that. So RX would be that. And then what would you go from there?
So scale would be, actually, Blake did it next to him. Scale would be lighter dumbbells. Blake did 70s, and he finished in the last round with like 40 seconds to spare. Stimulus was maintained exactly how we did it, and he kept 30 double unders. Some of you guys may be doing single unders, totally fine. And you guys might be, really strong and you can do the 85-pound dumbbells. You can play with that a little bit as long as, we're staying. I'm not going to really mess with the time cap on that. I would mess with the loading on that more so. Just like I had Blake, one of our good friends that worked out with us today, do so. So he dropped down to 70-pound dumbbells because he could at least keep the stimulus, keep the technique on it pretty well for the most part, and still stay on the minute and not fall off too bad.
And I'm sure like some things like, yeah, it's easy to drop weight for 85-pound dumbbell. But let's say like we're doing like wall balls and rowing. You can't drop weight. So now you're looking at dropping reps.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely. And like I said, if you guys have questions on that too, you can always pop in and throw them in, and I'll try to answer as many of as I can, throughout the day. If the Metcon comes up and you're like, hey man, I don't think I can do that, that'll be on the sheet 1 of a scaling portion. And if you still can't do the scaling, we'll try and work with you a little bit on that too.
Cool.
Jacob doing the programming a week ahead. You can answer this one. A week ahead of everyone, 2 weeks, or the same time as everyone.
Yeah. So I think what we're looking at right now, and we're still trying to nail the details down, but I think what we're looking at is you're going to jump in right where I'm at, but we're going to kind of look at doing microcycles. So like hypothetically, let's say hypothetically we start January 1. We're not going to have the program start January 1st, so probably like January 7th or 8th. But let's say hypothetically January 1, the new cycle starts, we're ready to roll, you're all joining, okay? So you guys would have the option of joining on January 1st. Now, and we'll start that new cycle on January 1st. So we're doing everything together January 1st. Now, if you join late, so say you join January 15th, you would join where we are at. You wouldn't get the program from January 1st. So it is beneficial to jump on as early as possible in the cycle, because like if we start with wall sits, right, you don't want to jump in right deep into wall sits where we're already doing 90 seconds to 2 minutes worth of wall sits. You want to jump in the beginning where you're getting used to the stimulus and working up slowly to that 90 seconds or that 2 minutes. So that would be the goal, is to jump in early in the cycle, right when we're starting. That way you're at the same level as the rest of us. But I think what we're thinking is you're going to join me where I'm at right now, because personally, I don't think it really makes any sense to jump back in the past, because we're getting so close to the open. So joining in the past, you'd be like, oh, he's not doing any Metcons. Like what the heck? Or you want to jump in now because we're doing the open in 2 months. So go ahead, address it.
Somebody said, will program be 4, 8, or 12 weeks? Like he said, we're going to go 4 weeks at a time, which allows you guys to basically say, hey, this isn't working for me, I can cancel. Or you guys can run into the next 4-week cycle, and allows more people to jump on and kind of stay together as a group, which is important, I think. The 4 weeks, you'll find a lot of similarities, so we can build adaptation in the movements that we're doing, and I can get an adaptation in him and a stimulus that I want to get to, and like kind of the goals for that 4 weeks that we're kind of working on. And sometimes the goals are almost identical for the 4 weeks prior, because we're still working on it. So, it's not built that quickly, but you'll see some changes, you'll see some adaptations, you'll see, more aggressive stuff, you'll see maybe some backed off stuff because this worked, this didn't work. So it's going to be all kind of different, but every 4 weeks we'll start something fresh and start something new. It's worked really well for him so far with his PRs, as you guys have already seen on his Instagram, like crazy. So that's how we're going to do it. Every 4 weeks, you'll re-sign up. Are you going to re-sign? Well, that's going to be auto, right?
Yeah. I'll let you ask me, but I was going to re-sign up. I'm actually going to drop. I'm not going to join this program.
He's going to drop off your board. You guys are stuck with me. Can this program work for anyone at any level? We address that. You can totally be a beginner. Absolutely. Doesn't matter. Age, gender, right? As far as, age, if you're obviously super, super young, obviously take that in consideration. But Yeah, as far as beginner and experienced CrossFitter or fitness enthusiast, yes. Will the program include nutrition? No, I will not be programming nutrition. You can ask his nutrition and see what he tells you.
I got videos on, you know what I eat.
Right? Eat and train. Let's see what else I have on here.
If some of you guys ask questions, go ahead and read that. If some of you guys are asking questions that we've already addressed, again, when this live Q&A, when we put the in the stream, it will still be available to be rewatched and scrubbed through and find the answer to your question. So if you're re-asking the same question like he just answered, is this available for everybody? Or is it going to be like just for elite athletes? That question was already answered. So it's something you can easily go back when we're already done and watch it and get your answer.
How will you get your programming? Actually, you can touch this, leave it on the website.
Yeah. So the reason that we have been a little slower is because we're finishing up the website. I want to make sure the website looks good. It makes sense. Like you go on there, it's not total crap. And so I've got a company working on the website currently. And how you will receive your programming as of this moment. I'm not saying that it won't change in the future to be something different, but as of this moment, you will go onto the website, you would sign up, and you obviously choose between one of two tracks, and you will obviously give your email. Obviously, you'll give your payment information also, but one of the big things is the email. And so you'll give the email that you want the programming to be delivered to weekly. We're going to make sure that your programming is delivered on Sunday at a decent time because we also have to realize that, hold on. No, we're busy. You also have to realize that we also realize that some of you are in different time zones. So like if you're in Australia and I give it to you late on Sunday, you may not get it till Monday too late for you. So you need to give it early on Sunday. So we realize that we need to give it to you on a good time on Sunday. You'll be receiving it via email to the email you provide. It's gonna be really simple. In the future, we might consider working with creating an app or working with companies that deliver it via an app on your phone, say like hypothetically like Wodify or Trib or whatever. But for right now, we're going to use email. That's the best way for us and the easiest way for us to get set up. So you just have to have email. Easy. So what other question you got?
Will it provide general warm-ups? No. I assume you guys, for the most part, know how to warm yourselves up. But if you don't, you can always ask a question as far as what's a great warm-up for this day, Andrew, and I will help you guys out. Usually it starts with just an aerobic heart rate piece, get your heart rate up a little bit, get moving a little bit, especially us here where it's cold. I like to get moving a little bit to increase some body temp. And then I pair that with like a CNS stimulus or a movement-based prep depending upon what we're doing that day. So if it's squatting, we're going to work on, obviously open up his hips, opening up his squat, glutes. I like to get Jake moving laterally a lot too, if we can, just to kind of give him some different movement patterns and things like that and movement planes. So I can totally help you guys out if you have questions on how to do that, but it won't be on your email. So that won't be in there. Let's see what else. I think that's pretty much all the ones that I wrote down that you guys sent on the Instagram. Percentage work, that's a good question. Some of the stuff that he does is percentage based. Some stuff is not. Some stuff is based on feel and technique, based on if it starts to break down, we don't go heavier. If he feels, a little lethargic in his day and he's a little bit fried out, he does not go up. For the most part, the percentages that we're working through right now are to build some power output and to build some strength output on him. So obviously that's been a weakness in him that we're correcting now before we get in towards more of the open stuff. But yeah, so it's pretty much like half and half. Some of it's percentage work and some of it's just based on how he feels as the day goes on and how he feels doing the movement. See if there's anything. The program is Jake's program. I train 15 hours a week to know if overtraining. That's going to be on you guys if you obviously know if you're overtraining because you're starting to plateau and you're starting to pretty much not have a good time in the gym. Let's be honest. I don't know. Anything else? Let's see here. Got my little trusty sheet.
All your questions.
All my questions. Substitutions for pegboards. Rope climbs will be a good one for that if you guys don't have. We talked about the website and the email. We weren't going to put any videos up other than what you get on Jake's vlog as far as some of the workouts and some of the notes and stuff like that. There will be notes on the email you get from him that you guys can take and use or not use or.
Yeah. So if we do movements that you may not know how to do or may not be familiar with, like a was it Kang or Kong squat? Like a Kong squat, it'll be really easy for us to just put links in there for you to look up and say, okay, what's a Kong squat? Here it is. I'm not going to create videos to show every movement. There are already videos out there on YouTube and videos that can easily be found that you guys can watch. So that's really easy to do if we're not going to do it right now. So
a meet and greet for everyone on the program. We'll get there one day, maybe. We'll do like a train with Midwest Made sometime soon. I don't know. We'll do something cool like that maybe. Yeah, some of you guys are aggressive. But
all right. So what other questions you got? We'll do this for the next I don't know 5 to 10 minutes answering questions, depending upon. Let me scroll back and see if I missed anything.
I haven't missed any questions, so these are all taken care of. So yeah, if you guys have anything on there. Other than the selling shorts, apparently I sell shorts.
Yeah, Andrew got a question concerning why what was your question?
Somebody asked you bought shorts from me in the past and you can't find them anymore on my Instagram.
I guess Andrew's been selling shorts, but didn't know it.
I've been dabbling in that. Let's see. I did have one question about goblet squatting. Why do I have Jacob goblet squat? A couple of reasons. One is just correcting squat form. So we've been trying to get him to be more vertical in his front squat, which obviously has helped. Obviously, you've seen him front squat 400 for a PR. That was a big PR for you. I was like 25 pounds. But squatting form, it helps quite a bit. We started out, and you can ask Jacob this, we didn't start out with the 176. I hope people realize that. In fact, we actually started with a 97 into the 124 range, which was difficult at the time. That was pretty hard. So it's been an adaptation through almost 11 weeks now, of work. So correcting squat form, it's very challenging to put the loading of the kettlebell where it is. And it challenges you to really work on core control. And you can see that by his core strength. He doesn't wear a lot of belts. And I get asked that a lot by people like, hey, where should I start wearing belts? I usually even tell my classes, I run the classes here 85%. It would be great if you could just hold off and really work on, building your own belt. But you can just see the core control that it takes to hold that position and then having to squat that. So I have them do goblet squats for multiple reasons, and they're tough. Simply tough mentally and physically, just to hold good position and hold tension. So that's a big deal. So that was the answer to that question.
I got it. Dominique, I've got a video on that. You're already on my channel. So I've already got my plans for the 2019 season. It was weeks ago. You can go watch that.
We're going to rule across the world.
You be CrossFit Queen. I'll be your CrossFit King. Oh, lift the full basketball team.
But yeah, that's all these questions. So,
all right, what other questions you guys got? We'll do this for till about 30-minute mark. So we got about 2-3 more minutes. If you guys got any questions relating to what the program will look like, the time constraint, I think we already discussed the cost. It'll start around $50 a month. We're still in discussions concerning the full programming, what that'll look like concerning cost. So that'll come out later. But we're going to delineate and give out as much information as we can when it gets closer, especially when it comes to the website and days till it releases. So I'm just talking now until we get more questions in the chat and we can kind of go through them. And I suppose the program is strictly workout based or something. No, Nathan, that was already discussed. There'll be no nutrition based information given there.
Chris Paul, do you measure progress during the program? Do you make decisions based on performance? I do make decisions based on his performance, whether or not he exceeded my expectations or did not exceed my expectations. And then that way I can adjust just like any good coach would in any sport you do, right? Hey, this didn't work, so we're going to try something new, or hey, this worked really well, so we're going to do it again, kind of thing. So I do base it off of that, whether or not we're going to keep doing something or we're not going to keep doing something. So yes, I do base it off his performance.
The question concerning huge kettlebells, we already addressed that earlier. Again, when I end the stream, it will be archived. You can go back and watch it from the beginning. We discuss equipment issues relating to heavy kettlebells for goblet squats and or belt squat machine or sandbags, D-balls, whatever ski ergs, GHDs, pegboards, all that's been discussed in the beginning. So you can go back and see that question.
Discussion board on the website for athletes doing programming, or a Facebook group. We do have the Instagram page. So if you guys have questions, like, you can put them on there.
Yeah, Brad, that's a good question. Instagram is great. The problem is it's very compartmentalized. So you won't, if you have a question, but Joe Schmo also has a question, Joe won't see your question, so he might ask it again. So it's kind of annoying how many times you might get the same question. That's kind of why we're doing this, obviously. That's a good question. Andrew and I could talk about it. It might be beneficial to put a discussion board up, not right now, but maybe in the future. That way, if y'all have the same question concerning, hey, what's a good substitute for a 124-pound goblet squat, Andrew can address it one time. You can search it and find it, and then you're good to go. That it actually is a great point. I'd actually didn't really think about that. But that's something that we might do in the future. Probably not on the website. It would probably be a Facebook group would be the easiest thing to do. And then just add people to the group as we see fit, as you are involved and signed up in the programming. I hope that answers your question.
Is this program geared for individuals, or are there recommendations for an affiliate setting? So this has come up a few times. I will do some affiliate work with some of you guys if you guys want to reach out. Obviously, I program for the gym here, and then a couple of the gyms across the way here. And so the thing with this is there's a lot of stuff. Like, there's a pretty decent amount of stuff. So it might be hard to get through your affiliate in an hour class if that's what you're doing. So what I would do is actually write a different program for the affiliates. Not that it's any better or worse or anything like that. It's just a different program to help you guys out as an affiliate get through an hour class and still get a great program of, adaptation and strength and conditioning. So if you guys are interested in that, you can reach out to Jake or I, and we'll get in touch with you on that. So that has been come up a few times.
Yeah, so just message. It's a lot easier to just message the Midwest Mate Instagram, because we both are on it.
Yeah.
So we'll make it an option, but it's not going to be like publicly portrayed and marketed. So, like you said,
problem with paleo, you need carbs, dude.
I need those carbs. All right, guys, let's do one more minute. If you've got a super big question, stick it in the chat. We're gonna dial off in a minute. I gotta go home and eat some more, and then we got to train tonight. I already got my teeth kicked in, so. Actually, here, put your questions, or put down a really good skier workout.
Oh.
Yeah, because I want to do a skier workout tonight.
He would rather do the skier workout than what I got planned. Trust me. AJ Keeks is the best coach? ?
Winky face.
I'm not sure if you're saying like, dude, no, or if you're like giving me a positive, Anthony. So hopefully it's a positive. I'm just gonna hope for that, but 5K.
It's not a really good workout. All right, guys. Wait, we appreciate it. We're gonna dial off. If you guys see that this is super beneficial to have, of course, I've gotten away from doing live streams on my YouTube channel in the past. I've gotten away from doing a live stream in the past for my YouTube channel. We're trying to get back into it. Of course, the biggest thing we're doing right now is trying to get this set up. So for me, it was really helpful to have him on here and answer a lot of questions that I'm not really intelligent when it comes to it. I know my limits. So again, if you guys have questions that after you watch the archive stream, after you watch the archive video, and you still have questions, put it down below, and he or I will respond to it. Or feel free to just message us or email us. Emails on the Instagram page. Like we mentioned, we're looking at hopefully in a week. We just need to finish up content, finish up the website, connect to e-commerce, and kick it out the door. And then we'll get rolling. So, anyways. All right, guys. We'll appreciate it.
Love it. Hope you guys jump on it. It'll be fun.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. We'll talk to you guys later.
Cool.
See you guys.
Dude, there's a lot of people that just talk dirty on that stuff, dude.
You're still not ended yet.
Oh.